Hi, my name is Sally Bernard, an artist, author, and spiritual experiencer. Welcome to Call Me Zena, a true story into the spiritual realms. Join me as I sit and discuss the journey of self-discovery and awakening with the help of my spirit guides. It's time to trust your intuition. This is your inner knowings. Through questions and points of conversation, I can help others feel empowered. With the ability to touch people's past lives, I help others connect and not feel alone. Sit with me and call in live, 888-994-4995. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. We have a few people in the studio here right now ready to ask me questions. So here we go. Happy to be with you today. Anybody that wants to call in, please feel free. Okay, the number is 888-994-4995, Studio A. Okay, here we go. Any questions from anybody in the studio?
Sally, hello.
Hi, hello, nice.
Thank you for the microphone here.
The mic's there, yes.
Thank you for inviting me to your show. My question is about my manuscript.
Okay.
A book that I've been working on for quite a few years. I have been changing editors quite a bit of times. They just weren't understanding the veneer and where I was coming from and the specific message I wanted to give to the reader. I'm with an editor now and a publicist, and it's finished. It's 29 chapters. It is 142,000 words, and the publicist wants it down to 90,000. So I'm in the editing process. What do you see, or what does Spirit see, regarding the process, how long it's going to take, and the success of my book?
Okay. I feel that this is going to be a success. I don't believe that you're sitting here by coincidence, and I often say that on my show. I actually am in the same situation. I have just finished my book. Unfortunately, my editor, the person that was writing my book, just passed away. But I'm keeping it very positive because I feel that they're working very much for me on the other side. I'm also feeling that with you. I don't know if you've had someone that was close to you that passed away that was aware of your book. May not be so, but this is the message that I'm feeling. Your book, keep going. It's going to be a success. It takes time. And I realize that because I'm on my second book now. It took me a year, but my editor, the person that was writing my story, passed away as we finished the final chapter. But I feel that there's a connection here, somewhere to do with a book. I feel it very strongly. Keep going. Keep a very positive attitude with your book. You have an amazing story to tell. I don't know you, we've just met, but I feel this, and I feel that you're getting a lot of help from people that have passed. And I think you may understand what I'm saying. One person in particular is, as they say, they're rooting for you. Your book will be a success. It takes a while, but don't give up. This is going to be something that people need to hear, if that makes sense to you. I'd like to hear a little bit of your feedback so that maybe I can go carry on with a little bit with this message.
Oh, yes. My project, I've been working on it for quite a few years. You mentioned someone who has passed, my aunt, who passed many, many years ago. She was quite versed in literary, and she was a good writer. And I feel she might be coaching me on. My manuscript, my message, it's a motivational memoir. The adversities and obstacles that I've encountered in my life, and my message to the reader is that regardless whether or whatever obstacles or pitfalls or downfalls you've experienced, never let go of your dream.
I feel that I wanted to tell you that. That's why I wanted you to talk a little bit. You have an important message, as I have in my book too. The fact that unfortunately my person that was writing the book passed away, but he had finished the book. I feel, not to bring myself into this, but they're relating it a little bit to my book. You have a very, very important message. Please continue. Just know that this will work out for you. there is a little bit of time here that it may not be instant, but keep going, keep your dream alive, because your dream of what you are putting in your book is going to help a lot of people. I just met you, but I feel very strongly that they're working very much for you on the other side. This is how I work, because I work through a collective, and they're telling me, great, they love your story. Keep a positive attitude with this and do everything that it takes to get this book published. And they're telling me, they're saying now, but you know, now can be a couple of months from now, but do not give up. This is not coincidental that you're sitting here right now. I needed to tell you this. This may sound strange, but I believe through Rose, who is sitting here, who is my soul sister, the fact that you came in here, this was a message that you needed to hear. Again, there are no coincidences. I always talk about that, and I get my goosebumps, which I'm getting right now. So you are on the right track with this. You're going to help a lot of people.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm opening. Anybody with any questions in the audience here? Hi. Keep the mic close to you.
I have a couple of questions, but one my brother passed very
Can you
recently.
talk a little louder? I'm
Okay,
sorry.
my brother passed very recently, back in March, and when he was alive, I always say he messed with me. He always did little jokes and things like that on me. And after he passed, and I came back to Florida from New York, I was sitting watching TV, and I have one of those electric fireplaces, which Florida, forget, but in New York I needed it. And it started going on and off and on and off. And all I could think of is he's still messing with me.
He is. I want to let you know that. Absolutely. And actually, for them, it's a little easier through something like that. Through electricity, a light will go on, a light will go off. He's letting you know that he's still around, okay? Of course he's still around, but he wants you to know that.
Yes.
Yes, that was a sign from him.
Yeah, there's certain things that have been happening that I'm like, okay, Carl.
Be aware of that.
Yes.
And again, it's not coincidences you're sitting here, and I say that a lot. He wants you to know that that is him. So acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Talk to him. Say,
Does that
okay, I know you're here.
Does that mean he actually misses me?
He listens and he misses you, but they want you to be happy, have good memories of him, which I know you do
Yeah, I
have.
do.
And he's letting you know. And the fact that I'm able to tell you this is important for him to know that I'm giving you this message. Yes, he's messing with you. Okay.
Right.
He's
Okay.
telling you, yeah, I'm messing with you. Okay. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
One more. Many years ago, this has happened several times. I don't consider myself psychic at all, but I've seen visions. When I was much younger, I was in bed, and I saw not Jesus, but people dressed in the clothing of that time, actually in a parade coming out of my closet. So now I cannot leave a closet open. I always have to close the closet because I'm always afraid somebody's going to come walking
Okay.
out of it. And then I was away, I was working, I was out of town, and I had just gotten into bed, and I saw my grandmother come and sit on the bed next to me. She didn't say anything. I don't remember her saying anything, but she just sat with me.
These are valid messages, okay? I just want to let you know, if you open the closet or close the closet, that's not going to make any difference, okay? They're still going to appear. But accept that. You do have some psychic ability, the fact that you are seeing this, okay? So I want to validate, that's very important. They have messages for you. They're saying, please don't be scared. We're happy that you're able to see us. That's really important. So listen. Don't worry whether the closet, I'm going to say it again, is open or closed. It makes no difference to them, okay? They can appear wherever they want. But they want me, the most important message is for you to accept this, to actually say, well, thank you for being able to give this message to me. I can see you. If it should scare you, then, you know, they're not going to scare you if they know that you're afraid. But be very blessed that you're getting those messages, okay? That's my message that they're telling me to tell you.
Thank you.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Josh.
How's it going?
Everything is good.
That's good. So today I actually start my master's program. Kind of, I guess, two things. I wanted to know if it would be successful for my next year of school, and then is there anything I should work on?
Okay, you have to work on the fact that you have a lot going on in your life, Josh, but concentrate on the things that are very important to you. This is very important that you've just started on this. You're going to get things that you might put in front of you that may not be, you might give up the studying a little bit, but go ahead with it. I'm not saying they're messing with you, but you're messing with you, okay? Certain things that come into your life, you're going, oh, I have to put this on hold. Do not put it on hold. Be aware of that. It's not anybody else, it's you that's doing this, saying, I'm going to leave this for another time. But what you're doing is very important to carry on now, which we have talked about too in the past with your career. You are definitely on the right track, as you know that, Josh. So even if you just come in and ask me questions in the studio on a Monday, keep going on what you're doing, but try not to like say, tell your mind, go away. I need to do this. You're getting a lot of distractions. That's okay, but be aware of it, okay? Does that make sense to you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm definitely my own worst enemy.
You are.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say that, but it's what you know, okay? But you can overcome that. You have a lot of talent. You have a lot, and I've said this to you before, you are in the right place. You have a lot going for you. Do not give up with what you're doing, but concentrate very much on what you're doing right now. That's important, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
Hi, Rose.
I have a question for my daughter. Because this is getting recorded, maybe she could watch it. Because she asked me if I talk to you, but do you have a way of explaining things? And I couldn't say how you say it. I said, yes, she answered me, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to be able to tell you because the way you're explaining, I cannot explain like you do. So I'm going to ask again. What happened to Aura, the baby she lost, like the stillborn, with the cord situation, and why that baby couldn't come alive and join us, and where she go, what she's doing now?
Okay, first of all, I want to say that I'm really sorry for your loss. But when I say that, it's a loss here on earth. It's not a loss in spirit. And you know that, Rose. You are my soul sister. We have a connection here. But what happened is that I believe, and it's hard because we are the ones that hurt when we lose a baby, a child. I lost my daughter last year. But they are okay, okay? And there was a reason for that, and which I know that you understand that. The baby came in, the baby passed. And it was a matter of, I believe, not even hours, right? But it's a shock to us because we're here in the physical and we lose a child, and to lose it so tragically, as we say.
The baby died in the womb, like
yes, but that spirit lives on. It's like she was born here. She was here. Her spirit is with her. There are reasons, and as I feel, there are reasons. Children come in sometimes to help us, and whatever it is, your daughter has other children, and her concentration now is very important for her other children, which you know, and I feel that. And the spirit of her child that came in is telling me to tell you that. She never will leave your daughter. She came into this world, even if it was just for a minute. So her spirit still lives on. Please let your daughter know that. She lost a child in physicality, and this is what she's telling me. She did not lose a child in spirit, and that's very, very important. My daughter, okay, she lived and she had a life here, but she passed. She's very much in spirit. They never leave us. Right. The fact that she was born, even for a second, her spirit lives on, okay? If that helps in any way, please relay that to your daughter.
I'm going to make her watch this, so that's why I ask again.
Please do.
Yeah.
And I feel, I feel her pain. Of course I feel her pain. But it's us that feels it. They want us to overcome that as much as we can. She has a guardian angel in spirit. That's what's important.
Why she couldn't come through? Like why baby couldn't come through?
Well, we can ask a lot of questions, and we don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. But there was a reason for that. It wasn't I can't say a waste of a life. Yes, she wasn't able to live in physicality here, but she lives on, and I feel her spirit right now. This child, a baby, is here. She made her presence known, if that makes sense to you, and that's what was important. She named her,
Yes.
and that name will carry on with her in spirit. So just to tell your daughter, if she's listening, please, that she was able to come here to give that message. Many children come in. Many children that, we feel it's terrible. They're here for a year, 2 years, or maybe just a few months. They come here to help us, actually. It's hard to understand, even though I've lost my daughter. It's hard to understand that, but I truly believe this, that they come here to help us. And if it's to give love unconditionally to someone that maybe she didn't get to know her daughter, but she came here for a reason, and never ever lose, which I know she's never going to, the memory of her spirit, because she'll always be with your daughter. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much.
I
Okay.
don't even know if I can, how to explain
Can
it.
you speak more into your mic?
Huh?
Put
Okay.
your mic, yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's making anything.
It is.
Okay. Anyway, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if I was dreaming or I wasn't, but I rolled off the bed and I was sitting up against the wall or sitting up. And I couldn't get back up, and I kept saying, help me, help me. And it was like I couldn't get back up, and all of a sudden I got soaking wet. It was like I was in water, and I don't even know why. And then I finally got up because nobody helped me, and then I rolled off again. I think it happened 3 times. And I kept just saying, help me, and then finally I got up, and I don't even know if it was a dream or it was real.
I was just going to ask you that.
I don't know,
When you
it's-
woke up, when you became into the physical again, where you weren't out of bed, you were in your bed.
I got back in I was in my bed. So, I
Okay.
mean, it was weird. I wasn't wet when I got in bed, when I woke up, but I don't understand it at all. It's just the freakiest thing that ever happened.
Okay, be aware that that did happen to you, Sandy. I can't tell you right now, but I feel that this will make more sense. You're going to have a few more dreams, okay? I want to let you
Thank
know
you
that.
very much.
But be aware of that. They're giving you a message, and it's something to do with water, actually. But do not get scared. They're trying to communicate. I know you lost your husband a little while ago. I don't know too much about this story, but he's trying to tell you that there's something to do with water. Are you scared of water?
I'm not afraid of water at all, but I told you I was afraid of bridges, and
Okay, yes, okay.
I'm afraid of falling into water.
That's right. That's what I'm feeling, because I don't, I am in a trance, and I don't always remember my stories of what I say, but
you
I
said
do.
you're-
I go back and I listen to my recordings. Funnily enough, I listened to it yesterday with my friend Rose here, and my dream with my bridge came back to me. So there is something to do with a bridge. The messages that you and I are both getting is to overcome this fear. I believe it's something to do with a past life, okay? But as long as you're aware of that, we can overcome this fear. I do not like going over bridges, and now it's coming back to me a little bit. I went to St. Petersburg in Florida a little while ago, and I see this sky bridge or something, and I froze, okay?
Don't go.
But it's okay. It's all right. It's something to do with a previous life. The fact that you're bringing it up to me too, which is helping me, be aware that they are helping us, okay?
When I was very little, my father used to take us to an amusement park, and we used to go over this long old bridge. And I started then I didn't even want to go, because I remember how scared I was going there until I got to the park. And it always stuck in my mind.
Okay, I could say that this is freaky, but I am who I am, and I'm not allowed to say that. But if you ask my husband how many times I tell him I'm in an amusement park, I couldn't believe it. Okay,
Really?
yes, and he will tell you this. And I see all the, like the roller coaster and everything. There is, we have to examine this a little bit more, because I have told him this, and okay, but there's a reason for this. I think it's a past life. I will go into this more, Sandy, and you are in the studio a lot, so we'll go into this a little bit more. This is not coincidental. The fact that you even said an amusement park, I do not like these things that go up and come down. But we're here to learn, and we're here to overcome some of the things that we've had in previous lives. I do not know right now, sitting here, the message for this, but there is a connection for sure, okay? We'll
Wow.
figure it out, okay? I promise you. And if you have that dream again, they're letting you know that everything is okay. Overcome your fears, as I have to too, because as I
I
had
got
said,
hurt. I mean, like my bone right back here, it really hurts me. So I must have really hit it hard. So
okay,
I wasn't actually-
overcome
that part
our
was not a dream.
fears. And if I can help and help myself in the
Yeah.
process too, we will overcome this, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
I just want to know if my guides have a message for me.
Okay, in order for me to give you the message, they're saying to me, would you please give them a question? They are here.
Well, I mean, I've resolved the whole eye twitching thing from last week, and I've been paying attention more what they're trying to tell me, but to me it's not really clear, because every time I think about what I think it could be, I get like very emotional. So
Okay. Okay, they are contacting you, okay? And the question that you're asking, try to take yourself away from the physical here, because they're trying to give you something. If you get emotional, you're going to get tied up in the emotion, and you're not going to be able to hear the message. They're giving you a valid message, which is something to do with something that you're meant to be doing in the next few months. I feel it's something to do with photography of some kind, that you're going to be, or someone is going to put you into a situation where you're going to be talking actually on camera about something, or a friend of yours is going to be recorded on camera. I feel it's something to do with something in the studio here, actually. But take yourself outside of it and be the observer. It's like watching a movie. And I think you'll get your answers. They're going to show you something, and your answers will be there. But do not freak out in any way whatsoever.
yeah, because
They're
I can
trying
feel
to
the emotion
contact
right
you.
now. I don't know. No, I said I can feel the emotion right now. Like it's like real heavy. Like it's not a bad like emotional, but it's real heavy. Like
You have to take your emotions out of it. Be the observer and listen to it, okay? It's something to do with something that's going to be on camera. We'll talk again about this. You're either going to do a recording of some kind, or somebody is going to show you how to do the recording, but it's an important step for you in your future.
Thank you.
Remind me in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Kelly, before the show, I was cleaning wires, and your daughter came to me really upset when you said something. And I said to you, your daughter has a message for you. And you said, what is it? And I said, you have to ask her. What is it that she said to you? Because you said to me, give it time, and she was like, no.
Okay, thank you, Dawn, because you give me a lot of messages. It was my daughter, and she's here right now. She's going, this is just taking, which I had said, but let's talk about it now. This is taking too long. Your book. Yes, okay, unfortunately, Lynn passed away. He transitioned, but he's with her, okay? We are going to do this. Okay, we're all to blame. We're just letting time go by. But she was very instant in doing things. And she's saying, you can do the same thing. She's telling me to tell you this, Dawn. Do not let us lose track of these obstacles that we see in the physical. There's a reason for everything. And she's going, this has taken a year. A year. This is ridiculous. This is exactly how she's talking. We're going to go forward and do this, which she's relating to my book right now, actually, and the fact that you're writing a book, so I feel that there's a connection here. She's going, this doesn't have to take another year.
She seems to think it's something with your movie that needs to catapult it. Is
Yeah.
that what she's telling you?
She's telling me that. She
It's
said
the
there's
movie.
so much that we all have, not just me, going for us to do this, but proceed with it. Don't procrastinate. She would get to a certain point and then she'd let it go. She said, don't do that because we're all rooting for you on the other side. She's very much with you. She's very much with you and she's very much with me. But she gives you the messages so that I can validate it more. You know that.
It's crazy
And
because
she's thanking you for the daisies, actually.
because I heard her. I'm cleaning wires and she got all angry and I'm thinking, I don't usually get angry messages from the other side, but
She's frustrated.
then she was like, okay, I'm good now.
And she is. And the fact that I asked you, her birthday was March the 25th. She said, ask Dawn her birthday. March the 24th.
On March the
There you
24th,
go.
yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we were like a year apart.
Yeah, that's it. She knows that. I know that now.
And
So
tell me
we're
the
gonna go-
messages from Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth is from a previous life. She's giving me a message, Dawn, for you. She's very, very proud of what you're doing, okay? But she's telling me to tell you, and this is for your daughter too, that go back into the Renaissance period. And you've had validation for this, and I know that. But don't pass it off as coincidence. There's a reason, because she was around at that time. And she's very, very particular about her name. And I think I mentioned this before, Elizabeth, okay? She's there to help you. But a lot of what we all did in the Renaissance period, including your daughter, is now resurfacing here. We may not understand that right now, but it will become more known through art, through what your daughter, and she's telling me, please tell your daughter this, because what she's doing, they're recognizing very much. And what you felt, and when you certainly gave me the message that it was from the Renaissance period, that was not coincidental, okay? So please let your daughter know that. She's going to go through a period. This is really for your daughter right now. Mom, am I doing the right thing? She is doing the right thing. And I think she's going to question this. Maybe not right away because she's settling in. But please give her that validation that she is. They're working with her. Elizabeth is working with her, okay? Does that make sense to you a little bit?
Yes,
Can you
because she's
understand?
teaching Renaissance art
Right. So there you go. That's a
to
validation.
neurodiverse children. She's teaching social studies through Renaissance art. And they told her they went through all of their applicants. And when hers came up, they said it was like an angel was sent, that they had to hire her, even though they were getting ready to hire somebody else. They said they knew she was it.
And I talk about my goosebumps. I'm getting that. She's absolutely in the right place. So if she should call or communicate with you and say, Mom, am I doing the right thing? Please even tell her to call me. She's absolutely doing the right thing. She's at the right place at the right time, okay? And ask her, talk to Elizabeth, because although she's with you, she's also with your daughter, okay?
Yeah,
And she
she said-
wants her to meet Sydney.
She sent me a message the other day of the Elizabeth butterfly. That was the message that appeared to her on social media. She says, give this to Sally.
There you go. Okay, please let her know that, or even listen to what I'm saying, because she's definitely in the right place at the right time.
Thank
okay.
you.
2011, my mother last time visited me from Turkey, and I asked her question. I said, because I was always suspicious and there was always rumors, my father wasn't my father. And I asked her again, I said, Mom, can you tell me? And she said, well, there's a lot of people will hurt. And what is the reason for now? Because aren't you happy with your life? Didn't you get everything you want? And she didn't say no. She didn't say yes. She didn't answer. And she passed away. Can you channel her? Like, it's like,
I can, Rose, and I just want
can
to
she
let-
and then after that went through my awakening. I could handle it and nobody's gonna get hurt. Can she give me the answer? Can she tell me who's my father?
Okay, I want to, and we are friends, but we've never discussed this. And this, again, I always say there's no coincidences. Yes, I do believe, and we've got to do this gently, that your father who you thought was your father, and it's hard for me to even tell you this, but I feel that there was somebody, I'm going to put it in a different context, there was somebody else that was not in your life but was in your life. I believe that that was your father, okay? He watched every movement. He was very aware of you. But your mother she did what she had to do, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. She did not want to make this person's presence known. Does that make sense to you a little bit? The fact, because you are psychic, that you're bringing that up, I have to let you know. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. Whoever was your father in this life is also considered your father. Mm-hmm. But I do want to tell you that there was another entity that took care of and used to look at and think about you and know who you were. And your mother knew this, but she didn't want to tell you too much. But be aware that you are loved. You know what? The most important message is, if it's your father, if it wasn't your father, you were loved. Even though at times you may have felt that you're not, but you were. Your life in the beginning was hard. It was a struggle. And I don't like to always talk about what I already know, but I just want to confirm that with you. But you know what? You are who you are today. You made an amazing adjustment with what you did, and you were on the right track. But your father, I feel, was very psychic, and was able to give you all this positivity. There were times when you thought, what is going on? But you know what? You always found your place. And they're telling me in society, you were able to overcome that at an early age. And your life from there transpired. It was amazing what you were able to achieve. And they also want me to put this on a positive note, to congratulate you for all that you have done, everything that you have done. Is it coincidence that we call ourselves soul sisters? No, it's not. Because and this is a good example, who you thought was your father as a soul father, but you had a biological father. They're telling me to tell you this, that was watching your life, that was able to, because he was psychic too, able to give you all this great way of being able to succeed in life. So just be grateful. You had a couple of fathers. That's great. Okay. Okay.
Do you think I'm going to be ever meet the other father?
Eventually, when we pass from this dimension, yes, you will meet them all. They'll be all there to greet you. You'll have a party. You were my father. You were my father. We have fathers from other lives. Just know we had a lot of fathers.
I kind of know, because I'm a psychic. So I kind of know, but I couldn't make her admit it.
But they're all rooting for you, as your mother is too. It doesn't matter what part they played. The fact is, we change. You know that. We change costumes and we come back and we have a different part to play. They all love you.
And I kind of like, I love my father, and I like, it's like I love them all. Like, so it's like, it doesn't matter. My father, who here I grew up with, I like him. I love him a lot too. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, even if it was somebody else been proven, it doesn't change anything. It's like the person who raised me, I love him so much too. He's my father.
This is funny in a way. They're just going, I love you, Father. So they're going, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? It doesn't matter. Just say, I love you, Father.
I love all the fathers.
Okay, that was important. And it was
I was in a happy, it's like, I love the
You're
father.
fine. Yeah. You're loved. That's the most important.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go away. Thank you.
A true story, Call Me Zena, is the telling of Sally Bernard. Born in London, England at the end of the Second World War, she came to the U.S. in 1979. A mother of two and grandmother of four, she settled in Florida and worked in real estate. While going through a difficult time in her life, she was admitted into a hospital overnight in December of 2005. While settling back into her life, she began having vivid dreams and documenting them. By the third dream, a lady gave her a message to draw. With no artistic background or interest in art or history, Sally listened to her dreams and grabbed paper and crayons. Today, she has over 150 pieces of inspiring art and poetry. This book follows her journey and interpretations of these messages. She describes in detail how she's able to astral project and who she has met along her travels, including her spirit guides. This book will show you how anything is possible with an open mind. These events have changed Sally's life's direction, and this book will show you how to change yours. Purchase Call Me Zena on Amazon today.
This world, this life, this illusion. What is going on, we ask? What is happening? Why not take time and see what is happening? This world as we know it, it seems so real and yet so far away from where we've come. Corruption, greed, anger, power, revenge. Please wake up. We can change what is around us. How, we may ask? Learn to go back to where we were. Then we will have the clues. Then we can change and go forward. Please take the time. Do not fall into the game which we have put upon ourselves. We can change. We can make a difference. We have the power, each and every one of us. Go in peace. Go with love. Go as one. Zena. Hi, we're back. Okay, I'm going to open up to the studio. Anybody with any questions? You look like you have a question for me. Okay. Okay.
My daughter.
Okay.
Since we were speaking about daughters, she's 24. She's graduated from college, cannot find a job. Her boyfriend of 5 years lives, it's a 9-hour drive. She's back and forth. She's floundering. She can't really find her way. And I'm just wondering if hopefully she will. It's soon, because I'm worried.
Okay. First of all, do not worry too much about her, but you are a mother, and I understand that too. She is floundering. I'm hearing she's a social butterfly. Does that make sense to you?
Not as much as me, but somewhat.
That's what they're saying, okay? Like mother, like daughter, okay? I'm hearing that. Okay, she will be all right, but she's finding herself right now. Her
She's
relationship.
very depressed, though. She's
Sorry?
very depressed because she can't
Well,
do what she wants to do, and
but all you can do is give her guidance right now. It's important that you do that for her right now because she is floundering. She's here, she's there, she's there. I feel that she's all, it's like a jigsaw puzzle I'm seeing. And she needs to put a piece there, a piece there, and a piece there. That will eventually ground her. Right. But she has to find, go ahead.
that's interesting that you said here, here, and here, 3 places, because that's 3 places that she's.
Well, that's what I'm feeling. I see
Yeah.
that, but they're showing me in a puzzle. There, there, and there. Mm-hmm. She's got to connect what they're saying to me, the dots. That's very important, okay? She's trying to find herself. Don't blame her for that because she's still young. But you can give her guidance. I feel that you had something similar in your lifetime too with what she's going through. I think you can relate a little bit to this. Am I right? Yes, I am. Okay, but this is important. We don't have to go into the details of your life, but I feel that she's following a little bit of what you actually experienced. I think it was a while back, but you are able, why I'm bringing this up, you're able to give her the advice that she needs. She may not follow it, but you give her the advice because having done some of these things yourself, and that's what I'm feeling, you're able to guide her more. Okay, she will be all right, but she needs to be put on track, if that makes sense to you, okay?
Yeah, but she doesn't, I don't know, she just, she worries
She's floundering.
Plus she worries about my feelings, her father's feelings, her boyfriend's feelings.
Okay.
And I keep telling her, do what is in your heart. Do what
You're
think.
important. What you're telling her is very important. You can bring me up that I even said this, okay? Because your advice, because I feel that you're very connected with what she's talking about, so you can understand her more than I could say, tell her to go to a therapist or anything. It wouldn't matter. No. What you're doing and how you're able to guide her is what's important. So continue doing that, okay?
Also, I just moved here from New York, and because things were not good in New York, so I decided to move here. My question is, I've never, you know, like people talk about like soul sister. I do have a friend that we consider soul sister, soul brother, but I've never met my soulmate that I know of.
You don't know it. Your key word to that is that you know that you don't know. I believe you have. Okay, and they're telling
Recently?
me. Well, you know, time on the other side, I can say you did yesterday or 10 years ago. They don't really relate to time as we see it, but you have. And be aware of this. I'm getting, it's a gentleman. Doesn't mean that it's a love relationship, but it is a relationship. It's a soul relationship. You
Okay.
have met him, okay?
Okay,
And I think you understand what I'm saying.
I think so. Not as a relationship.
But be aware of
more
it
a
now.
friend
Okay.
type of.
Yes, because a soul, I mean, Rose is my soul sister.
Right.
We have a connection. We're together. We've been in many lifetimes together. So that connection is very strong. It's definitely a man, okay? I feel that very strongly. And you've often thought, is this my soulmate? But you've never discussed it because I don't know if he'll even understand. But you have met him, okay?
Okay. Interesting.
Hi.
Hi. Additional question regarding my personal life. I'm currently in between girlfriends, so to speak. Had many relationships. Do you see someone coming in to my life for a long term? Someone substantial? Someone?
I do. I do. But you need to also work on this yourself too. I feel that within the next, I'm going to say within the year, okay? Well, it's not this year, the year starting from now until this time next year. Not sure what month we're even in because I'm in a trance, but I believe it's August. I'm going to give you a year, okay? Now, it could be within the next few months, but keep yourself very open to the fact that who you are meeting is it's going to work for you, okay? You need to keep a very open mind. Everybody, and it's not just you, this is a general, what I feel, we all say we'd like to meet someone that looks like, you know, we have our own views on what we want to meet. I believe that the person that you're going to meet is not what you expected to meet, if that makes sense. So be aware of that. So someone is going to come into your life that you're going, but you know, we ask maybe even subconsciously of who we want to meet. This person is going to be very different, but this is the person for you. And I think that your message that I'm able to give you right now is when you meet someone that is not what you expected, so to speak, will be for you. But it's not necessarily what you think you're looking for. But this is going to be a great match.
Thank you.
Got to pay attention to ones you think it's not going to be a good match.
No, it will be. Use your judgment. Just to go back onto that a little bit. In other words, what I'm trying to say, and that they're telling me, you can look maybe at a picture or have a first date with someone, and you can say to yourself, I don't know, it's not really what I was expecting, but that person will come into your life and it will turn out to be what you expected in the end. But don't pass judgment. I think my word is don't pass judgment on a first or second meeting. Keep an open mind.
Would this have any conjunction with the publishing of my book?
Yes, I was going to say it has something to do with your book. I don't know too much, but I feel that there's a connection there. Without knowing you, and we've just met, there's definitely, I wanted to bring up your book for some reason here. There's a connection with this, okay? And you know the answers to this. I don't have to necessarily tell you, but you're going to feel this. So weigh up something and something else. And it's going to, the word is gel. They're telling me to gel. It's going to come together, if that makes sense to you. Please keep in contact and let me know, because I feel this is a very strong message for you.
Okay, thank you.
Do you think he might have some bad karma from other life? Him?
Well, we all carry over, as you know, Rose, from other lifetimes. But we have free will, and sometimes we bring it into this lifetime, we may bring it into the next lifetime. We have to kind of erase a lot of our bad karma. So you're psychic. I believe that, you know, we had a very short conversation, but I believe you feel certain things. It could be, we have free will, and it's to do with our karma, but karma is not everything that we think it is. Sometimes we need to overcome something. It could be in your next life, from a previous life. But go with your intuition and your instincts. So going back to the person that you're going to meet, your karma is coming into this. You're going, but it's like someone I met before, if this makes sense to you. But it's a different entity, okay? So take away some of the things that you feel, oh, I don't want this, I've been through this before. Give someone, I'm feeling a chance again, because I believe this is going to be your soulmate.
One additional question.
Yeah.
Question. Will Spirit is willing to divulge any more information regarding looks, demographics, geographics?
Glad you
Ethnicity.
made that, actually. I feel that the demographics are not going to be acceptable to you in the very beginning, because people talk about long-term relationships if it's a long way away. From what I'm feeling, I don't believe that this person is going to, in fact that you brought that up, is going to be in Florida. They visit Florida, okay? I feel that a lot of things that might turn you off this person, and that was an important question, overlook it in the beginning, pursue it, because I believe that you're going to meet your, what we call a soulmate, not just a person. This is going to have a very, very good connection. But I'm not certain if it's going to be someone in Florida. I believe it's someone that visits Florida. You live in Florida, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So although that may not be their home, they come here.
Maybe a
Okay.
snowbird?
Well, yes, I would call it maybe a snowbird, because I'm feeling that this person does visit. They come mainly when snowbirds come down to Florida,
Yeah.
which is the winter. That's when I believe you're going to meet this
Probably
person.
a snowbird.
Please keep an open mind, because you'll go, oh no, it doesn't work. You're this way or that way, or the person may not look the way that you may have imagined, but please persevere it. And I think within the next, I'm going to say 6 or 7 months, I want you to keep in contact, even if it's through Rose or however. Let me know, because I feel that that person is coming into your life.
Well, geographics is not a problem. I travel. Often I
Okay.
travel for a living, so.
Okay, so yes, but okay, that's good. This person, the more I'm talking to you and the more vibrations that I'm getting, I don't believe that this person has a home in Florida, has a home somewhere else.
Thank you.
Going off his question, I asked you about soulmate, but a long-term relationship. Would that be the soulmate, or would that be somebody I would meet? that I
Your
haven't met yet?
soulmate, I'm sorry, can you
We
rephrase that?
discussed my soulmate. You said I've already met. But
Yes,
now
you have.
I'm feeding off the question that he asked about
Okay.
meeting somebody.
Let me classify a soulmate. I had a soulmate in this life. We were not partners. We were best friends. Okay,
Okay.
and that's very, very important to know
Right.
that. We would never have married in this life, but
Okay.
he was with me, who was my guide for 18 years. We were like this,
Okay.
but we were not what we would call a couple,
Right.
but we had a connection unconditionally
Right.
that was absolutely unbelievable. For anybody that knows me, that's read my first book,
Mm-hmm.
Aldo, and you know a little bit about him, we didn't have the relationship as a husband and wife.
Okay.
So keep that in
That's
mind.
that I think
Very
I know
important.
who
I'm
might be.
sensing that.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is like the long-term relationship with somebody.
You will always have a relationship with that person.
No, with somebody along, like dating or,
Your soulmate is not going to be a date,
no, I know
Okay.
that.
okay?
But I'm asking if there's somebody out there.
Yeah, there is. So keep an open mind. I'm getting more connection with your soulmate, okay? But yes,
Okay.
there is. Do
Can you tell
not
me
give
who it is?
up, okay? Okay, that's what I want to let you know. But your soulmate is different, okay? I want you
Right,
to
I
know that
understand.
too. And you already know who it is.
Yes.
Such an interesting thing, like, like for example, like us, we are like split of one soul. Like we kind of realized and we figured it out. We are like, like we are a twin of one soul, like split. You know, it's like the right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, because your soulmate can be of the same sex. It's a different situation because, you know, we come back many times, we play many different parts, man, woman, or whatever, but you always are connected to your
Yeah.
soulmate.
And then you kind of know, and then there's a soul mates, there's a soul twins. It's like we're like a soul twins. It's like we split up one soul, and there's a lot of different versions of it. And now we could have up to 12 soul mates.
Absolutely. Just as people often ask me about guides. Do I have a guide? We don't have one guide.
Yeah, we have so many.
several guides.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We always think it's just one person,
No.
Rose. It's not one
No.
person. It's several people.
Yeah.
We don't have to incarnate with them.
No.
They are working for us from beyond the veil. I'll say the other side, however we want to say it. But they are there watching us. It's very
Yeah.
important.
It's like, you know, if you had a one great love story, you think that was your soulmate you're never going to find again. It's like people, oh, I lost my soulmate. No, there is more out there. There's a lot of soulmates. There's a lot of twins, flames. And there's not just one of them. There is a bunch of them out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because when I first started my journey, I found my guide because he came in to look for me. But he also did explain, and over the years explained so much to me, which I brought up one other time. Our soulmate can have someone, or our guide, an apprentice that's working for us, that be able to give us more information, because my guide had someone that had lived a very similar life to mine, who was also from the other side, that could relate a lot to me. It's not that different from here. We can have friends that we relate to and friends that we don't. It's the same from the other side.
Yeah.
I think I've just got 5 more minutes. They just let me know. So we have a few more questions.
We travel with the same soulmates through every life. We don't do.
Yeah, but we don't always incarnate with them, okay? They don't leave us. We have several. Sometimes we find them here in this incarnation, sometimes not, but they are our soul family.
Yeah.
But my question is, other than the soulmate, put him aside.
Okay,
He's too young.
okay, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't
oh, that's
matter.
okay? Do you see me meeting like somebody for a long-term relationship?
Yes,
Other-
but you have to also work at this by putting information out in what you want. Do not say, oh, I'm never going to find somebody. I know, that's what I want to tell you. Stop that. Stop it right now, okay? I know that they're telling me. She's always saying, well, I'm never going. We are what
Ever
we
since I
think.
moved down here, every gentleman I've met is either
Okay,
too young or married or.
I need to tell you this. Stop it. Because what I don't mean that rudely, but what we put out happens, okay? Even if you want to meet somebody, just say, I'd like to meet someone. Give a specific time. Just say, I'd like to meet someone within the next 6 months. They only know what you're putting out. Stop this with, I'm going to call it negativity. I'm never going to meet someone. I feel that. They're telling me, but she always says, I go out. There's a problem. Look for the positive within that person, and that person.
And
will
also
appear.
there is nothing never ever definite. Like even with the, like, you know, when we go to psychic, we try to learn future. If we don't put the effort, things could go different way. We have to put the normal average effort. You know, it's like, because only thing is definite, like our birth and our time we die, and then in between we could change things. We always have an opportunity to things make things better for us. We have to put the effort out there and wish out there.
Absolutely,
You know, it's like if you want to
Rose,
meet somebody, you have to take charge and you have to put out the universe and you have to do things that go out there and meet this person.
Thank you, because that's what I say. You know, I mean, people can be listening to this show and they go, oh, I don't know. But most important is to be very positive about this. Know that what we think will materialize. If we don't, it may not.
I mean, like, for example, like if you want to meet somebody, but if you're not getting out of your house, you're not taking care of yourself, if you're just not getting up, doing anything to meet this person, how this person going to reach out to you? You know, it's like you're not, taking any activities, no socializing, not taking any action at all, you're blocking and everything. It's like, but just doing a little simple things, universe could put that person on your path.
And thank you for that, because people say, okay, I'm not meeting anyone. So I say to them, where are you going? I'm sitting at home. They're not going to come knocking at your door. We need to make that initial effort, and then you will
I
find
say
that
it's
it
like,
will work.
God is not like, universe is not like a Amazon, not going to put in the box that this is your soulmate, knock on your door and leave it at your doorstep.
Doesn't work that way.
It's not going to
I
work
mean,
that way.
I can talk about this because I was, I recently got married a little while ago. I was not necessarily looking for someone. However, I did put myself out there, not necessarily thinking I would meet someone, but it was someone that I knew from 23 years ago. So my intention was that I wanted to meet someone, and your intention is what's important. But you still have to make the effort. You can't just sit at home watching a movie every night. You have to make it happen.
Sometimes they say, oh, I made a wish board and then put them up there, my wish. I said, okay, what kind of action you took? They said, okay, I took an action, I made a wish board. Okay, those are on your wish board, but what else you do? Nothing. Of course, you have to do something to do that. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have to, you lay the groundwork, actually.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow that, it's not just going to, it can happen, but it's harder for them to work. Once you make that effort and you go out or you just meet a few people, it doesn't matter, even go shopping and talk to somebody.
You're going to have like some kind of scenario, it's like you're going to create a little scenario. Okay, I could do this. I could go to food shopping. Maybe I'll meet him over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe I'll just go see a movie. Maybe I'll just bump into somebody. Maybe I'll just go to this event. Maybe I'll bump into somebody.
Well, the answer to this is make the effort. You
Make
have
the
to-
effort,
and that's for you too. Do not say I'm always meeting the wrong person, okay, for anybody, because I feel very strongly that you're saying that, okay? Okay, I think we're at the end of the show. Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Coincidence or not, it's time to trust your intuition and knowings. Thank you for joining me through this journey of self-discovery and awakening with the help of my spirit guides. I'm Sally Bernard, and you can find my book, artwork, and contact through artbysallybernard.com. Join us next week. This has been Call Me Zena.